My name is Kamel Wehbe. I'm an alumni elected trustee since 2023, and I've graduated from the American University of Beirut in economics and political studies in 2021. So after AUB, I worked in consulting in the Gulf for a while. I joined the Board of Trustees, and I met a few key people who opened my eyes to the world of finance and what it feels like to have skin in the game in this changing economy. So after my MBA at Harvard Business School, I pivoted as a private equity investor at Blackstone, where my fund is the infrastructure fund working on data centers, powering the United States and the world, investing in energy, digitization, and transportation. So even when I was younger and I looked towards universities outside to read classics or economics and politics, I recognized that the unique value proposition of AUB was first and foremost the people it's graduated and the people it will graduate. So I felt strongly compelled to meet people within my country who are going to help shape the future. Second, I think very importantly, is the fact that our academic programs are uniquely tailored to the needs of the region. If you look around the Gulf, you look to the United States, all across the world, you'll find people who graduated from AUB situated in positions of leadership that shape health, economics, finance, and law because of the attention and care they got from specialists in the region during their undergraduate studies. So all in all, the people, the curriculum, the leadership, it was the place to be for me. Nothing else made sense. Joining the Board of Trustees is the most significant milestone in my professional and personal life to date. I joined at 22 years of age. I had a faint idea of the person I want to be in the future. Joining the board allows you to look to your left, look to your right, and see role models, titans of different disciplines, fields, and careers, and understand and truly materialize your goal setting. So just being able to sit back, listen, and learn from these people set an extremely high bar to which I find myself accountable on a daily basis. During my time on the board, I was just taken back by how, in the midst of financial collapse, in the midst of political unrest, we were not only able to contain the situation locally, but push AUB's footprint internationally through our partnerships with medical institutions in the Gulf, and most notably the new campus in Cyprus. So really launching that campus was something I'll never forget in my life. Being able to hear from students to this day who enroll and who look forward to a new educational experience there is something very significant. But coming from a small and underserved village, I think what excited me the most was how we expanded our financial aid programs and how we discussed the financial sustainability and accessibility of our opportunities moving forward. We have north of 50,000 living alumni. They're scattered across the world in positions of great interest, and I think students should really take the time to find and scout people who they want to look up to, who they want to grab coffee with. And once you shoot out that initial email, you'll find that people are very receptive to meeting, because your greatest takeaway from this university will be its people focus. I found it difficult to introduce AUB to people because I was surprised by how many people are already well acquainted with our graduates in our system. So I'm wrapping up my Master's of Business Administration at Harvard Business School, and at least 70% of our large Lebanese cohort are AUB graduates. I work on Wall Street and Park Avenue, and these firms are well acquainted with our talent. And when I find myself in positions with distant or older leadership that don't know AUB, the first thing I start with is setting the scene in front of Markand, overseeing the sea and the trees, and then I make them understand how such an environment rooted in history and beauty is very conducive to a learning experience that's difficult to match in any Ivy League. My younger brother Hassan is a first-year student at AUB, and I invest so much time over the weekends talking to him and his friends and different students through cold outreach. And my advice is always the same. You have to juice every single second on campus. I remember my 1 a.m.s, my 2 a.m.s. I remember the security guard as I walked out of main gate and back in a few hours later. The university is so full of resources that are underutilized, from our archives to our archaeological museum to different facilities in the gym. So while maintaining a very high GPA is important, more so in this demanding job market, I always tell my younger brother or any first-year AUB student, the goal, your outcome of this education is not a resume or a grade, but to be an excellent holistic person. Because when you set those excellent foundations, everything is within reach, agnostic of discipline or career ambition. I'm very excited about any future plans AUB has to adapt to this changing digital landscape, whether through artificial intelligence or the increased focus on compute. What excites me the most, besides our students having the ability to refine their coding and their technical skills, is that our community is perfectly situated to benefit from the derivative bets of AI. So while the first-year students may not be coding experts, they can focus on powering the Middle East, which will require a surge in energy to maintain the compute power in data centers. They can focus on leadership and managerial skills, which will be placed at an incredible premium as automation increases. So I think through the introduction of any program or school at AUB, we're not only refining the core mission of increased AI nativity, but our ability to seize the derivative opportunities and further excel our student body.